We are in Kiambu, as you said, which is a massive, important county in Kenya. But we are also, as you can see around me, there are long queues for people voting. But bear in mind, we are in President Uhuru Kenyatta's heartland. This is part of his biggest constituency. The electorate here love him. They come out in their great numbers to vote for him. But earlier on in the morning, we passed through Nairobi, which is maybe half an hour's drive away. And the situation there was completely different. The last polling station we reported from in August was completely empty, well, barring a few people voting. And of course, as you said, there are reports, scattered reports from around the country that some youths are fighting in Kibera, that Kisumu in the west, which is Mr. Odinga's heartland, is also quite unstable at the moment, with a lot of police presence and, of course, the ubiquitous presence of tear gas, Rosemary.
And Farai, just how extensive are these protests that you mentioned across Kenya, and what might happen if those protesters deem these elections unfair and unbalanced? How will this turn out?
You know, Rosemary, at the moment, everyone is debating the finer points of the Constitution. My guess, and it's only a reporter's guess, is that this whole process will turn back to the Supreme Court. And again, the lawyers and the judges will be in charge of the final decision. At the moment, these protests are very, very serious. In the West, all along the coast in Mombasa, you must remember that Mr. Kenyatta is the only real candidate on the ballot today. Mr. Odinga pulled out. So you're talking the prospect of just one presidential candidate. Yes, there are some minor ones there, but also you're talking the prospect of millions of voters who are not voting in protest. Yesterday, Mr. Odinga asked them to stay at home and pray and hold vigils and remember not to use violence. But it is going to be a very tense affair, and this is just the beginning of it. Let's see what happens the next few days.